What is up, everybody? My name is Harry Rice. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a brand new video, or stream, I should say. Tonight, the Canadiens played the New York Islanders. It was on Long Island, and it was a pretty fun game, actually, all things considered, especially considering the outcome that we tied the Islanders essentially. And, I mean, this game, it was good. It was a fun game. Probably our best game since the Ottawa game, you could argue. Didn't necessarily play a full 60 minutes, considering about 15 were spent on the penalty kill. And also considering the game was 65 minutes, not 60. But, Canadiens, we played tonight against the Islanders. We're going to talk about that, of course. Anyone who's new here, how we do this is I go through the opening lines for both teams. I go through my little game summary, recap, analysis, whatever you want to call it. I do the lines for the Canadiens, stats for the Canadiens. And then, and then we'll get on out of here. However, in between all of that, I read any comments that come by in the chats. That says, Yoshi Bros, we weren't up to the challenge tonight. At least your team tied it up, and how I saw two youngsters. One of them was Lane Hudson in his first attempt on the shootout. Four of them, actually. Hudson, Heineman, Kapanen, and Mayu all got chances in the shootout. Props to them. Lucas C., Mayu goal, W. Yes, indeed, my good sir. Yoshi, for me, I think after doing well, winning 3 straight, just can't beat Shesterkin except for one. That's fair, Yoshi Bros. Yeah, I mean, Matthews has finally stopped not showing up. And, he got one, I think, goals in back-to-back games, actually, for him, I think. So, there's that. So, we're going to get right into it. To anybody who has any comments or questions throughout the stream, put them in the chat, and I'll answer them. So, the opening lines for the Canadiens were Caulfield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Newhook, Doc, Armia, Anderson, Evans, Gallagher, Heineman, Dvorak, Kapanen, Matheson, Barron, Hudson, Mayu, and Struble, Savard. I'll address the obvious in a second. Suns, GG's, man. GG's, man. It was actually pretty fun. It was a really fun game. Didn't start out that way for Canadiens fans. However, it was a very, very fun game. Very back and forth. And, By the way, Sons of Liberty, who's an Islanders fan, firstly, I would call him to be on the stream, but the only issue is he's literally in UBS Arena. I'm assuming he's just making his way to the exits now. And I doubt that he'd want to call in the car because it'd be kind of awkward. So, thank you, those Sons. I appreciate it, man. And, again, GG's for sure. Had Habs got the goal, this could be a long shootout. Oh, it would have been 100%. I don't know about 14-16. But it would have been fun. It was a very fun shootout regardless. It was very tense. As a Canadiens fan, I didn't like it. I don't like the shootouts. But it was very fun. It was very intense. And, it could have gone long. It would have been fun. Matheson, Barron, Hudson, Mayu, Struble, Savard, like I said, were on the blue lines. I had to say them in case you forgot them already. Caden Primo gets the start net for the Canadiens, and Sam Montembeault would back him up as I believe we're probably resting him up, I would assume, for the New York Rangers game that we have on, I believe it's Tuesday. I thought it was Monday. On Tuesday. And I will say, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, there is a gap. We play the Rangers on Tuesday, and then it's next Saturday. Not like it's Tuesday, and then it's the Saturday. So there's a 4-day gap between the games. I will say Wednesday, we do have the second episode of Wednesday Night Kex for the Meme Championship Wrestling Professional Wrestling Organization. If you guys want to check out the first episode, please do so on this channel. We also do have the MCW opening night. That is also happening. Or not also happening. That has happened. If you guys want to check that out, that'd be greatly appreciated. And, so we've got that coming out on Wednesday, maybe Friday. Thursday or Friday I'll do a stream, and then it's a back-to-back Saturday, Sunday, and then it's a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, to basically end up the month of Saturdays, November 2nd. I will also say, after the Montreal Canadiens game against Calgary Flames on November 5th, we are going to be coming back up here live. We're doing the game recap. I'm going to have to make that under an hour on the Flames game, so I'm really hoping there's not a lot that goes on in that game. I'm hoping it's like a 1-0 game. Final shots are like 14-13. So there's really not much that goes on. But afterwards, we are going to be live for the MCW election night. That is right. We are going to be covering the election live live here on the YouTube channel. We've got a professional wrestling event as well. You guys can check that out at memechambionshipwrestling.fandom.com. I'd really appreciate that if you guys could do that, because we worked really hard on the event. We are working really hard on it. We've got a fantastic schedule for you guys. Election night is going to have Donald Trump versus Kamala Harris. It's got our MCW World Champion Cosmo Kramer against the winner of a 6-man battle royal. That's going to take place on Wednesday. We've got Angry Grandpa and Michael Green defending their John Cena Memorial Tag titles against the Super Mario Bros. And we've got a 30-man electoral battle royal. You guys can check that out. Like Chev said in the chat, fantastic event. So yeah, check that out, guys. I might make the stream tomorrow. We'll set it up. I might set the stream up just so you guys can remind yourselves that it's happening. And yeah, MCW Election Night, November 5th. Please stay tuned for that. Hit the like and subscribe as well. I didn't like it either. Thank God we didn't throw, even though we kind of did. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, sons. Yoshi Bros, somehow your team killed the 2-minute penalty earlier. Yeah, I thought Primo played very, very good, actually, especially considering the penalty in overtime. That it wasn't ideal, but still made, I think, 4 or 5 saves just on that penalty kill alone. Very, very good. Yoshi Bros, yep, we faced the Blues on Saturday, yep. And Dolphin Friend, I'm really hoping that you are joking. I'm really hoping you're joking with at least the second comment, because, yeah, I really hope that you're joking with that comment. I hope so. Yes, Chev, I was saying that as well. Tune into Wednesday Night Kex. That's coming out on Wednesday. Because there's that gap between Tuesday and Saturday's games, you guys are going to need some content. Your boy Harry Rice has got you covered. We have a phenomenal event coming up this week. And I'm just going to say, guys, it's going to be one that you are not going to want to miss at all. We've got the MCW World Heavyweight Champion again, Cosmo Kramer. He's going to be in action. And, again, the main event, the Battle Royal, is probably going to be the main event. It's a 6-man Battle Royal to determine who Kramer faces for his World Championship at Election Night. Please check that out. Delvin from, we need a new special unit coach. I would agree. I mean, I don't know about that. Our penalty kill is, like, second in the league. Our power play, we had one power play tonight, and it wasn't that great. But it was literally one power play. I do think the power play has gotten slowly better. It started out really good in the first game and part of the second game, I believe. Third, fourth, and fifth, it sucked. Tonight, can't really judge it. Again, it was one power play. It was alright, I guess. Second line should be Kapanen, Evans, Heineman. I think it should be Kapanen, Doc, and Heineman. Maybe for a game, go with Kapanen, Heineman, and Evans. But I don't know. The line's being mixed up. I mean, I don't know. Like, yes, we're on a 4-game winning streak. Or losing streak, sorry. But it's a team that nobody really expected to be fantastic. And besides, it's not like it's the start of the year and we're starting out 0-4-0. We started the year 2-1-0. Alright? And actually, we're not even on we're actually on a 3-game losing streak. Not a 4-game, actually. So, okay, we're on a 3-game losing streak. We played pretty well tonight, honestly. Like, despite allowing a decent amount of shots, and considering the injuries and the healthy scratch that we had tonight, it was still a pretty decent game, if you ask me. I still think... I don't think that it's necessarily time to switch the lines. I think if you go... Now, I can't even say the Rangers game, because the Rangers are probably still going to beat us regardless. If you go the St. Louis game, and that is a 5-game losing streak... I think it's a 5-game losing streak. Then, yeah, no, I think then maybe it's time to switch up lines. Not necessarily go crazy, but just do a couple tweaks and, yeah. Pizzetta would have won us in the playoffs. Okay, yeah, Dolphin Friend, yeah, you're trolling, man. Thank you, I appreciate that, man. Alright, so again, Caden Primo gets the start for the Canadiens, and Sam Montembeau backs him up. We're resting him for the Rangers. The opening lines for the Islanders were Duclair, Horvat, Barzell, Tichplakov, I sort of got that right, I feel like. Nelson, Palmieri, Lee of Anders variety, not Andre, like it was last game with the Kings. Pajot and Holmstrom. I meant shootout, not playoff. My apologies. I don't know about that, Dolphin Friend. I don't know about that, man. I mean, Doc got benched during the shootout for the penalty he took in overtime. maybe you want to play him there ideally. Maybe. Pizzetta, I don't know. I do think you should scratch Dvorak, put Kapanen at center, and play Pizzetta instead. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel, honestly, about that. I don't think that Pizzetta should have been anywhere near the shootout, in my opinion. Lee, Pajot, Holmstrom, Cizikas, McLean, and Gauthier were on the fourth line. Romanoff, Dobson, Pulak, and Riley Mayfield were on the blue line. Simeon Varlamov would get the start net for the Canadiens, and Ilya Sorokin backs him up as he's been doing recently. He's he's played a few more games, I feel like, now, but start of the year as the backup. Dvorak has been absolutely non-existent. I mean, to be fair, you get him for his defensive play, not his offense. Before the game, Caden Gooley's not with the team. He's hurt. He's back home in Montreal. Matheson and Slav both traveled, but neither were confirmed until the lines. They were both playing, thankfully. Logan Mailloux was recalled from Laval, so Mailloux would take the spot of Caden Gooley. And Arbor Jacki is a healthy scratch for Jaden Strubl's season debut. So, not a fan of that one personally. However, I completely get why it's done. Jacki has not been playing like Arbor Jacki. I personally see it. Jacki is trying to focus a lot of his skill towards the defensive game, and he's overthinking a lot. He's not going for the physicality because he's worried that, I go for the hit, what if it still puts me out of position, you know? So I honestly think St. Louis, just scratching him for maybe only one game, maybe it's a couple games, but I do think that a majority of that thought process is, hey, take a game, don't worry about the game, don't worry about playing the game, just watch the guys on the ice and just relax. You'll be back in soon. Maybe it's a game against the Rangers, maybe it's the Blues game, who knows. You'll be back in soon. Play your style when you get back in. I think that's hopefully how Marty is looking at this. Is it's not a punishment for not playing well, but it's more so a hopeful confidence booster, weirdly enough. Islanders would start out. They had some good rush chances. Tishplakov shoots wide. Habs 3 minutes in. Doc springs Armia on a break. Just gets stopped by Varlamov with the pad. Good save there. Hudson finds Slavkovsky. That's a good shot stopped. The rebound can't be found by Cole Caulfield as Hudson then follows up with a really nice head fake at the blue line. He sets up another scoring chance, and kid is dynamite. Lane Hudson is genuinely a top 10 NHL defenseman already, which is freaking crazy. Back and forth, but the shots are stuck at 3-2 Canadiens for about 5-6 minutes. Anderson has a good D play to stop a near 2-on-1. Go back the other way. The Habs end up icing the puck twice. Slavkovsky gets tripped. He then lays a good hit. Canadians press Doc and Caulfield, but there's a pass right to the Islanders. I'd say it was a near 2-on-1, basically a 2-on-2. Back the other way, a lot of dumping and chasing from the Islanders, about 12 minutes into the period. Palmieri then slides into Primo. He was down for a moment, but no whistle. I will say the refs very much wore Islanders jerseys, basically, throughout a vast majority of this game. There were not a lot of penalties on the New York Islanders, and it's funny because the Islanders, the commentary team mentioned in the second period, I believe, that the New York Islanders are second in the league, technically 31st in called penalties. They don't have a lot of penalties called against them. I think it's an average of 4 minutes a game. And I almost said out loud on my TV, that's because the refs don't call them for anything. And I think it's hilarious that there's a lot of really dumb Islanders fans. And I'm not saying all of them are dumb, but the fans who say this are dumb. There are a lot of Islanders fans who are mostly on Twitter, funny enough, who say that the league is rigged against the New York Islanders, and yet they have the second least amount of called penalties in the NHL, which is really goddamn funny. Maybe you guys just suck and can't score. But yeah, Palmieri runs into Primo. There's no whistle. There's a shot by Nelson that ends up going wide. Primo barely moved on that shot. Then the Islanders go to a power play on a whistle. Finally, Primo would stay in the game, thankfully. Hudson gets called for a very, very weak hook on Duclair. I don't think that should have been called. Habs do get the clears, a couple good ones. Armia ends up nearly getting in shorthanded. And then the Islanders score very late on the penalty kill. Bo Horvat gets left alone by Josh Anderson. Who would have thought? Josh Anderson doesn't play defense. 14:32 into the first period. He makes it a 1-0 Islanders lead. Right in the slot. Boom. Shot. Primo can't make the save. Habs are 0 for 1 on the penalty kill tonight. Don't worry, though. Canadians immediately press after the goal with Heineman, Kapanen, and Gallagher. That line gets 2 really good chances. Galley nearly tipped one home, and Kapanen nearly finishes one, but Varlamov, nice pad stop there. I'll say there's also a chance in the second that I think it was Kapanen who sets up Gallagher. Tipped it just high above the net. The puck comes in at just the wrong angle. Otherwise, it probably would have at least gotten on net. That just sucks to see. You hate to see those types of things happen. And then the Islanders score again. Kyle Palmieri makes it 2-0. It's a top-shelf snipe off a bad Canadiens turnover, and it's 2-0. Islanders then press for a 3-0 lead. There's some bad passing by the Canadiens. Primo has a good 5-hole stop off a turnover with 2 minutes left. Canadiens press. Matheson gets hit from behind into the boards. It's not super hard, but enough to take him down, and quickly got back up, thankfully. But then the Habs do go to a power play with 9 seconds left. It's Tichnikov. Maxim Tichnikov called for a high stick on Heineman. Finally, the refs call something. And we score! With 3 seconds left, right off the faceoff, Cole Caulfield. The initial shot gets blocked, grabs his own rebound, basically on the line. Just rifles it, and boom. Gets his own rebound. It is 2-1 now. Caulfield gets the goal from Matheson and Slavkovsky. Habs are 1 for 1 on the power play tonight, so that's why I say you can't really judge the entire power play, because they had 6 seconds of power play time tonight. We did not have a lot to fully judge all the unit. It was 6 seconds and we scored. But yeah, Aaron Thomas, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by, my good sir. Hope you're having a wonderful night. We should have had this game. I think so too, Aaron. I mean, if the refs had stopped wearing Islanders jerseys and had called the game neutrally, I do think we probably take this game in regulation more than likely. Yeah, Aaron, absolutely as well. By the way, yeah, definitely. I agree with that for sure. A big rebound game for Caden Primo. He didn't play great in the first game, you can argue. Or the first game he played, I should say. This game, I thought he played really, really well. Need better quality goaltending. Aaron, I don't know if you've been watching Sam Montembeault this season. Because you would not be saying that if you've seen how good Samuel Montembeault has played up to this point in the season. I get it's early on. And I know that we have Jacob Fowler, who's going to be a franchise-level goaltender when he gets to the NHL. But even then, hey, Aaron Thomas, thank you for joining. I keep forgetting to change that. Damn it. But yeah, thank you, Aaron Thomas, for subscribing. Appreciate it. I don't get why my sub count isn't going up. We're at like 1,067, and it's stuck at 1,060. 77 needs to go on the wing until he gets his game back. I kind of understand that. I kind of get that. Sorry, real quick. Let me see if I can refresh. Okay. It's just going to stay there, I guess. Okay. Doc going on the wing, I mean, that could work, because then you can move Newhook to the wing, and then because you do have Armia, who also plays the wing, or Newhook to center, Armia can go to the wing, or you can put Heineman, Kapanen, you can put a couple guys there. I could see that working. I just don't know if it should be done. Sporty, let's go. We didn't blow it. Hell yeah, let's go. Sabres have won a game for the first time in about a week. Let's go. Please tell me you at least get Connor Bedard. Let Connor Bedard get a point. You did not. You know what? Sabres should have lost. Sabres really should have lost. The Bruins are only up 1-0 on the Utah Hockey Club. Bring up Cap. Bring up Cap. Oh, Kapanen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think that could work. I mean, I like Kapanen. I think Kapanen's been quite good. I like Kapanen. I think Heineman has been surprisingly good, too. I could see either one of them being put on that second line, potentially. I think if you did want to reward one of them, Technically, because of the goals, I would say Heineman, personally, but I would not mind at all for Kapanen to be put on that second line. Especially because you keep Armia a third-line guy and use him primarily on the penalty kill, because for some reason to start the year this year, he's been very good on the penalty kill. I don't know what it is. I don't know if the athletic trainer he worked with is just doing wonders, but I really like Armia on the penalty kill so far. I think he's playing a pretty good defensive game with the Canadiens, and I'm happy about that. Ryan McLeod and JJ Paderka 3-game goal streaks. Savoy who? Sporty, you are going to regret that when Matthew Savoy puts up 50 points this year. I'm assuming he's in the NHL. Let me look that up real quick. Struble looked alright, yeah. I didn't notice him a whole lot because I'll be honest, during the penalty kill, I was busy trying to just not shit myself because we had like 95 penalty kills tonight. And I was so worried on just don't let one in, especially by that third period, that I wasn't focusing a whole ton on individual players like I sometimes do. So I think you can understand, but yeah, it just not a nice night to be stress free. It was not a night where Canadiens fans were going to be stress free. So yeah, Aaron, I'm glad you like that. He barely played in the preseason, was sent down. Well, you know what? He's gonna get 50 points next year, Sporty, and you are going to be mating. You are going to be mating apparently. So congratulations, Sporty. I'm not even gonna finish that. Darkness. First thing I hear when I join is trying to shit myself. 95 penalty kills, especially 18 in the third period. Yeah, that'll do it for you, Darkness. All right, so the Islanders have a 2-1 lead after the first. Shots are 9-6 Canadiens after the first. So not a bad first period. Pretty okay. Not really fast paced, but decent enough, I guess you could say. Ryan McLeod is on pace for 50 plus. Just saying, yeah, and Cole Caulfield on pace for 82. Sporty. That's all I'm going to say. Canadiens score. Our power play is 0 for 21 on the year. Points, not goals. Well, still, Cole Caulfield's on pace for 82 goals, and let me actually see if Elite Prospects has updated it properly yet. By the way, just going to remind you guys to please subscribe to the channel and check out the MCW, because we work hard on it, and it's pretty good. Yeah, so Cole Caulfield is on pace for... Oh, they haven't updated it yet. Well, goddamn, that sucks. But yeah, still, he's on pace for like 82 goals. Jack, exactly. He's scoring 82 this year. He is going to be the first goal per game player since Mike Bossy? I don't know. But still, points, not goals. Still, Cole Caulfield better than Ryan McLeod. Imagine telling someone after July 1st that Nashville and Colorado would be a combined 1-8. I mean, I think the more objectable thing would be saying Nashville and maybe Vegas, because I feel like a lot of people thought Vegas had gotten a lot worse. Not a lot worse, but considerably worse, considering they had so many guys that left their team. Mantha, Stevenson, they had a lot of guys, a lot of decent names that had kind of left the team because they couldn't afford him. So, yeah. Is Suns calling him to the stream? I don't think so, because he's probably in the car right now on this way home, I would think, from the game. So, yeah, I don't think he's calling into the stream, but if he wants to, if Suns is still listening, and he wants to call into the stream when he gets home, I'm down. I'm down to have him call into the stream, and we can listen to him for a couple minutes. But the Canadiens score. Logan Mailloux, his first career NHL goal on a really nice second chance effort. Anderson nearly had a break seconds earlier. Just gets into the slot, does Mailloux. He receives the pass from Jake Evans. Boom! 59 seconds in, buries it. And all of a sudden, this game is tied in the span of technically a minute and 8 in game time. Canadiens have gotten 2 goals and managed to tie this game. Logan Mailloux's first NHL goal from Evans and Anderson. Canadiens then press for a lead. There's a couple looks. Caulfield ends up getting on a clean breakaway chance, but it's just stopped by the right pad of Varlamov. Doesn't manage to get a really nice deke off, which is something he was looking for. Islanders then all of a sudden just turn it on, and hardcore pressure. They get a line change in. They get at least 4 shots. Canadiens getting decent defensive effort. The Islanders aren't allowed too many phenomenal chances. Kapanen loses his stick. He breaks his stick on a shot block. Islanders were not letting the Habs get any clears, and any time they had a chance to, the Islanders were not letting it happen. The Canadiens get hemmed in for 4 straight minutes. Logan Mailloux is held out for 3 minutes and 58 seconds. 3.5-minute shift for Kapanen, Dvorak, Anderson, Hudson, and Mailloux. Islanders don't score. The Canadiens hold them off the board. Phenomenal pressure, though, by the Islanders. Great passing, patient setup, couple good shots. They were almost getting to rebounds, but the Habs got to them first, just couldn't get the clears, unfortunately. And Islanders then go back to pressing, not nearly as long. This time just a near minute-long shift for Matheson. Islanders again look to score, but not a ton of shots getting towards Primo. He does make a good shot save off of a stick chance, and he holds. Then, beautiful 2-on-1 for the Habs. There's a pass to Doc, but Varlamov makes the pad save. That was a phenomenal try there. Islanders go back the other way. They try to connect off some really bad Canadiens passing. The Habs just, at this point, we're kind of feeling it. By the way, Mailloux and Hudson didn't miss a shift. They go out there like normal, and they just... The cardio in these guys is just phenomenal, I should say, by the way. Islanders, there's a clearly missed delay of game for puck over glass. Doc puts it where it would be going off the glass, and I believe it's Palmieri. Lifts it, and it's clean over the glass. Refs don't call it. That is probably the 6th missed penalty on the Islanders of the night. Yeah, the refs just don't call it. There's a little gathering. Canadians are telling them, hey, that's a clean out. That's clean out. That should be delay of game. And the refs just say, no, it's not. And yeah, so... Yeah, 2 minutes left. There's a second stoppage in the period. It took a while to get the first one. I want to say it was about 10 minutes into the period. And then the second one, again, it took another 8 minutes. So, yeah. Islanders then go to a power play. A lot of boring Islanders hockey. Not a ton of shots. And like I said, at this stage, it really was a lot of boring Islanders hockey. Which is weird, because the Islanders have actually outshot all their opponents. They're averaging 33 shots per game. They would hit that quota, by the way, in this game. But, yeah, at this point, it's kind of boring, very slowed down. And then the Islanders go to the power play with 1:48 left in the period. Doc is called for a trip on Palmieri. That one sucks. Islanders do press. Habs get a clear after Savard. Nice pass block. And then a nice shot block there. There's 1.8 seconds left with a faceoff to the left of Primo. Islanders do win the faceoff, and Primo makes a nice save, and that'll do it. 2-2 tie game. The shots are 19-18 for the Islanders after the second period. So the Canadiens have 12 seconds to kill off, and Canadiens do get hemmed in early. We're 1 for 2 on the penalty kill. Few looks for the Islanders, and they go back to the power play. Mailloux is called for a trip on Barzal after some extended pressure. Islanders end up pressing, or some extended pressure with the extra man advantage, I should say. Islanders press. There's a few stops for Primo. Dvorak ends up getting a clear. Armia then gets one. Not really much to note on for the Islanders. We are 2 for 3 on the penalty kill tonight. Islanders press again. Palmieri nearly gets a weird bouncer that's just off the side of the net. Canadiens then get away with a couple non-calls. The Islanders had some in the missed first and second. And, of course, the Islanders fans are going to play victim that the refs are against the New York Islanders, which, yeah, sure. Islanders then go back to the power play, 6:47 into the third. Armia gets called for a trip on Palmieri again. When you draw 3 power plays, spoiler for overtime, when you draw 3 power plays and 2 of them are egregious, 4 power plays. No, it was Duclair who drew the initial hook in the first period. But still, when you draw 3 power plays and 2 of them are egregious, kind of a flopper. Islanders do have an early press. There's a 2-on-1 shorthanded, though. Evans and Suzuki. Evans takes the shot. Good stop by Varlamov. Another near 2-on-1, but Evans ends up getting covered. He just kills off time. Smart play. Plays it back. It's dumped. Habs are 3 for 4 on the penalty kill tonight. Canadians look for something. All Islanders, though. Nelson gets some chances. Barzal has a couple good shots wide. And Primo makes his best save of the game with 7:40 left. Pushes across on a nearly open net for Bo Horvat. Makes the save there. Islanders then go back to the power play with about 6 minutes left. About 7 minutes left, sorry, I should say. It is Barron who's called for a high stick. Yeah, Islanders do get a shot off early, and that is it. Evans has a really good dive to clear a puck. Andy then has the same thing moments later. Islanders bobble one as they looked for a one-timer. They were all just passing, couldn't get a man open. Habs are 4 for 5 on the penalty kill tonight. And then the Islanders score about 30 seconds after it ends. It's a 2-on-1, 4:46 left in the game. Jean-Gabriel Pageau takes the shot and the rebound. Anders Lee buries it as he crashes into Caden Primo. Barron just couldn't beat him to the net. That was just a really good spot to get to from Anders Lee, and he gets it. So the Canadiens down by 1 with 4.5 minutes left. Canadiens press, and we score. Primo was just starting to edge his way towards the bench. Doesn't need to. Cole Caulfield, second of the night, puts it off Pelech, and it's in with 2:10 left in the game. Slavkovsky and Suzuki with the assist there. Islanders immediately call the timeout. Waugh is pissed at his squad, and understandable. Armia then gets nearly broke in right after. There's some minor presses for both teams. But the shots are 33-21 for the Islanders and a 3-3 tie game into overtime. Suzuki wins the initial faceoff. Habs get control. Less than a minute in, Caulfield's in on a 2-on-1 break. Pass to Hudson. Shot just stopped by the left pad of Varlamov. Couldn't lift the puck that much. Islanders then back the other way. They press and they go to the power play. Doc gets called for a phantom high stick on Palmieri. Palmieri dives. So naturally, it gets called. All right, Sporty's saying, Chev's saying, listen to this, and I will. Sabres power play is 0 for 21. Yes, we've gone over that several times, Sporty. Sabres power play is 0 for 1. The Amerks power play is 0 for 21 as well. Oh my god. Dude. That is crazy. Wow, that is pathetic, Sporty. A combined 0 for 42. What the fuck is going on, dude? Who would have thought our ECHL club power play 0 for 2? Which, I mean, okay, they probably played one game, I'd imagine, but, like... Sabres fans don't know what power play goals are this year. And on one hand, I feel bad. Because it's the Sabres... But at the same time, I don't feel bad because you felt that the Nostalgia Act would work better. And some kid would read a 4-page manifesto to Lindy Ruff, and that would help save the organization. Rip in pepperonis. Alrighty, so Islanders press hard. They look to end the game, of course, on the power play. Dobson missed the net a couple times. You can't convince me Matt Ellis isn't running the power play still. Well, you know, here's the thing. At least under Matt Ellis, you could score on the power play. I know it wasn't often, Sporty, but, like, you guys could still score on the power play occasionally. Like, I don't know. Dude, what the fuck? Alright, Dobson missed the net a couple times. Barzal, good setting up. Primo looking fantastic, making several really good saves. Habs end up using the timeout with 36 seconds left to keep out Matheson, Savard, and Evans, I believe it was. I don't know what the fuck that was. I apologize. That was weird. But yeah, the Canadiens. Sorry. Yeah. And we do it. Habs end up killing it. We are 5 for 6 on the penalty kill tonight. Habs end up pressing a couple times. Caulfield ends up getting a look, as does Barron. Neither team scores, though, through the rest of the overtime, so it's a 3-3 tie game. Final shots through 65 minutes. 36-24 Islanders. We go to a shootout, and oh boy, let's get this over with. Barzal's the first shooter for the Islanders. He gets stopped. Caulfield's the first shooter. Tries to go 5-hole, but he's stopped. Tichlikov is up next for the Islanders, and he misses. Suzuki's up next for the Canadiens, and he gets poke-checked. Bo Horvat's up next for the Islanders, trying to give them the lead, and he just cannot. Horvat has a shot, but that gets saved. Lane Hudson, the third shooter for the Montreal Canadiens, and he unfortunately gets stopped. That would have been fantastic for the youngster to win it for the Montreal Canadiens, but unfortunately just can't here. He had a good chance, but just gets saved. Palmieri's in, and he scores. He scores the same way that he did his goal in regulation. Top shelf left cheese. Kapanen in, and he scores. Beauty of a goal. Just so much confidence. Puts it over the blocker in the net. Beauty. Simon Holmstrom's next. He scores. Emil Heineman in for the Canadiens, and he scores. Puts it over the blocker. The other side. Beauty of a save. We're still tied up. Jean-Gabriel Pageau's in, and he gets saved. Alex Newhook in. He gets stopped. Brock Nelson in. He has, I think they said, 17 goals in like 30 career NHL games against the Canadiens. Doesn't score. He gets saved. Mike Matheson, he gets saved. He had a decent look. Romanov out next, surprisingly, and he gets saved. Slavkovsky is out. Slavkovsky just gets stopped. Noah Dobson's in. He has a nice shot, and he scores. Logan Mailloux in. Does the shootout continue? No. Backhanded just wide, unfortunately. He got real close. Actually, he kind of challenged the goalie, actually. I kind of like the way he did. Just unfortunately could not score. Put the puck in the back of the net. So the New York Islanders take the game 4-3 in a shootout. The final shots are, once again, 36-24 for the New York Islanders. So this game going to a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, count 'em, 9-round shootout, where the Islanders do take it, and yeah, so the Canadiens going down, their record drops to, unfortunately, a 2-3-1 record. We're going to get into the stats for the Canadiens, and then we are going to work our way on out of here in just a couple minutes. Cole Caulfield leads the Montreal Canadiens with 6 goals, an assist, and 7 points. He is on pace for 82 goals. I just want to say that. Please tell me, have you updated? Please? Please? And it is not updated yet. However, before this game, he was on pace for 65 goals, which is still more than Austin Matthews is probably going to get this year. Juraj Slavkovsky has 1 goal, 5 assists for 6 points. Shout out to him. Nick Suzuki's got 5 assists. Caden Gooley with a goal, 3 assists for 4 points. He is unfortunately hurt right now. Lane Hudson and Mike Matheson each with 4 assists. Brendan Gallagher and Emil Heineman each with 2 goals. Josh Anderson with a goal and an assist. Yoel Lermia and Jake Evans each with 2 assists. Alex Newhook, Justin Barron, and Logan Mailloux each with a goal. Kirby Dach, Oliver Kapanen, Christian Dvorak each with an assist. Sam Montembeault also has the lone Canadiens shutout. So, that is going to do it for today's game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and everything includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. My name is Ferris. Subscribe to the H Club, the Sub Hub, and the D Nation. If you are a member of the Mod Squad, thanks for my comments. Jacob coming in, Newhook, Dach, and Heineman. That would be fun. I like Armia, but I do think he would be best suited on the third line. I like him. Really good defensive guy. I think he'd be good on the third line. Heineman being put up would be quite fun, if you ask me. Links in the description. Please check them out, guys. Much greatly appreciated. Again, MCW Wednesday Night Kex this Wednesday. And we will also have the MCW Election Night Tuesday, November 5th, starting at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably get a little poster up here over the next week or so until the show happens. So, yeah. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Harry Rice, or 2 weeks, I should say. My name is Trace again, and I am out. I don't know what I was remember how about we were like last year. How okay we were like this year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Trace again, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Bye.